Hello students, in today's lecture we'll see in calculus of variation one of the important equation, that is Euler's equation. So we'll see the derivation of this Euler's equation. A statement is a necessary condition for the integral I is equal to integration from x1 to x2 f of x y y dash dx, where y of x1 is equal to y1 and y of x2 is equal to y2 to be an extremum is that dou f by dou y minus d by dx into dou f by dou y dash equal to 0. So this what statement is there? Dou f by dou y minus d by dx of dou f by dou y dash equal to 0 is nothing but Euler's equation, and we need to prove this. So we'll see the proof of this Euler's equation now. So we'll see the proof. So here we'll draw the axis, x-axis and y-axis. I have taken 2 points, P of x1 and Q of x2, y2 and P of x1, y1. These are the 2 points. So then we'll join these 2 points. Then draw a perpendicular on x-axis for the end points. So this is x1 and this is x2, and middle of this point what we have there, it is nothing but this length is nothing but x. So this curve is nothing but y of x, and this curve what we have, it is nothing but y of x plus h into alpha of x. So this is the curves, and what length we have, so this length what we have, this length is nothing but small increment in y, that is h times alpha of x. So this is a small increment, 2 curves. So therefore, so let I be an extremum along some curve y is equal to y of x, okay, passing through the point P of x1, y1 and Q of x2, y2. Also let y is equal to y of x be a curve which is a small increment in what here, y. So I will give this one as equation number 1. So this is nothing but what here, be the neighbor curve joining the points. So I will write down here, so be the neighboring curve joining these points, so that we must have alpha of x1 is equal to 0 and alpha of x2 equal to 0 at q. Okay, so this together I will give equation number 2 here, where h is equal to, we'll see here. Now when h is 0, these two curves coincide, means diagram we have seen that h is 0, means here you can observe in the diagram. So if this h is 0, so these both the curves what here coincide to each other. So therefore, so these two curves coincide, thus making I an extremum. So that's why I can say that our I will become I from integration x1 to x2 f of x comma increment in y, that is y of x plus h into alpha of x, comma increment in y dash, that is y dash of x plus h into alpha dash of x into dx is an extremum, when h is equal to 0. Now this requires di upon dh equal to 0 when h equal to 0, treating I to be a function of h. So di by dh, so treating what here, I as a function of what here, h, when h is 0. So using Leibniz rule for differentiation, means for this above situation we'll apply what here, using Leibniz rule for differentiation under integral sign. Okay, under integral sign means we'll apply Leibniz rule under integral sign. So it will become what here, I will become di by dh, is equal to integration x1 to x2. So under integral sign we are differentiating, so therefore under integral sign it will become dou, so it will become dou by dou h of f of x comma y of x plus h into alpha of x, comma y dash of x plus h into alpha dash of x into dx. So applying chain rule for this differentiation under integral sign. So left hand side as it is, that is di by dh, di by dh. So integration x1 to x2. So if you apply the applying chain rule for a partial derivative in the RHS only, it will become, so dou f by dou x for with respect to x, dou f by dou x into dou x by dou h, plus for second function y function it is, so it will be dou f by dou y into dou y by dou h plus dou f by dou y dash into dou y dash upon dou h into dx. Give equation number 3. So we have applied, because this x function, y function, y dash function, we have applied the partial derivative for this under integral sign, but h is independent of x, and hence what happens here, dou x by dou h will become what here, 0. So once we got this condition, so above situation will become, so what happens, we'll see here, dou x by dou h is equal to 0. Let us consider 1. What is 1? So 1, and will differentiate with respect to x. So what is 1? I will show you the equation number 1. So we need to differentiate equation number 1, that is y is equal to y of x plus h into alpha of x. We need to differentiate this with respect to x. Y, if you differentiate y, it will become y dash, and this will become y dash of x plus h into alpha dash of x now. So the differentiation will be with respect to x of equation 1 will be written as, so on differentiation, y dash, y will become y dash, y dash, y of x will become y dash of x, h is a constant, that is height, alpha dash of x. So I will give this as equation number 4. Now using this result in equation, means using result number 4 in 3's, what happens we'll see. Using or else what we'll do here before using, so also we have from 1 that is dou y by dou h is equal to alpha of x, and from 4 we have dou y dash of dou h is equal to alpha dash of x. So from 1 and 2 we have these two results, that is from equation number 1 we'll get dou y by dou h is equal to alpha of x, and from equation number 4 we'll get, from this we'll get what here, because h is 0, means if you take consider as a resultant, so at that time dou, if you differentiate, so it will become what here, dou y dash of h is equal to what here, alpha dash of x. So with this help we can use in equation number 3, and we'll get a important kind of extremum as, so we'll get equation 3 becomes what here, di by dh is equal to integration x1 to x2 dou f upon dou y into alpha of x, because dou y by dou h is nothing but alpha of x, we are replacing, and dou f upon dou y dash into alpha dash of x into dx. So I will give this as equation number 5. So keeping the first term in the RHS of equation 5 as it is, and integrating what here, second term by parts. So what we'll do here, keeping the first term in the RHS of equation 5 as it is, and integrating the second term by parts. We have, that is di by dh as it is, integration x1 to x2 also as it is, first term that is dou f by dou y into alpha of x also as it is, plus second term we need to apply by parts, that is you can observe here. So second term, this is the second term. So what we'll do here, we'll keep first u into v, so this is u and this is v, we'll keep dou f by dou y dash as it is, integration of alpha dash x will become alpha x, because differentiation of integration will be what here, only the function. So this is a differentiation, alpha dash is a differentiation, if you integrate, so differentiation will cancel and alpha of x is left, from the limit x1 to x2 minus integration x1 to x2, keep alpha of x as it is, then we have to differentiate dou f by dou y dash, that is d by dx of dou f by dou y dash. This is very important step. you need to remember into dx. So second term we have applied by parts, we got this result. Now on simplification, di by dh is equal to integration x1 to x2 dou f by dou y into alpha x plus, if you apply upper and lower limit, replace x by x2 as upper limit, x by x1 as lower limit. So on applying, so we'll get what here, dou f by dou y dash into, if you apply upper limit, you will get alpha of x2 minus dou f by dou y dash into, if you apply lower limit, you will get alpha of x1. This is upper and lower limit for this, minus if you apply here, so it will be integration, I will write down here, that is nothing but minus this part, integration of x1 to x2, it will be alpha x into d by dx of dou f by dou y dash into dx. Now we know that is, but alpha of x1 equal to 0 and alpha of x2 is also 0 from 2. So from equation 2 we know that alpha of x1 is 0 and alpha of x2 is 0. So we have the combining the above two integral, means alpha of x1 is 0 means this will vanish, alpha of x1 is 0 means this part will vanish, it will become 0, and alpha of x2 is also 0 means this part is also vanish. 0 minus 0 is 0. So what happens here? Two integrals left, that is di by dh is equal to integration x1 to x2 dou f by dou y into alpha of x1 into dx minus, so here, so this vanishes means this integral left, that is minus integration of x1 to x2 alpha of x d by dx of dou f by dou y dash into dx. So we got two integrals but having the same limits with respect to x only, so therefore we'll combine the integral, it will become x1 to x2 dou f by dou y into alpha x minus alpha x into d by dx of dou f by dou y dash whole into dx. So again we can see that, so alpha of x is common for both, so therefore the resultant above result will become di by dh is equal to x integration x1 to x2 dou f by dou y minus d by dx of dou f by dou y dash into alpha of x I have taken common, okay, then into dx. So we got this stage, but we know that we have already stated that di by dh is already what here, 0. So it is what here, must be 0. So but I can say that di by dh is 0 when h is 0. So therefore what I can say that, so 0 is equal to what here, the above integral. So integral right hand side must be 0. So therefore the above situation we can write it as dou f by dou y minus d by dx of dou f by dou y dash equal to 0, which is a required Euler's equation, which is required Euler's equation. So in this way we need to prove the result. So this is the nothing but Euler's equation being the necessary condition for extremum. So therefore when I is equal to integration of x1 to x2 f of x y y dash is there, then we can prove the Euler's equation as dou f by dou y minus d by dx of dou f by dou y dash equal to 0. So hence the proof of what here? Euler's equation.